Hello dear students, today in this video we'll start refraction by spherical lenses. So what is a spherical lens? So spherical lens is a transparent material bounded by two surfaces. So it's a transparent material which is bounded by two surfaces. The spherical lens is having two surfaces of which one or both of the surfaces are spherical. So this is one surface, this is another surface. So if we consider this one as first surface and this is second surface, both of the surfaces may be spherical or or both surfaces are spherical or one of them is spherical. So either both of the surfaces are spherical or one is plane, one may be spherical. So this type of structure is known as lens. Okay. This means that a lens is bounded by at least one spherical surface. In such lens, the other surface would be plane. So in this lens, either both of the surfaces are spherical or one surface is spherical, another surface is plane. Okay. A lens may have two spherical surfaces bulging outwards. Such a lens is called double convex lens. This name you should remember. It is simply called convex lens. It is thicker at the middle as compared to the edge. So a lens may be in this shape. It is bulging outward at the middle, or it may be in this shape. So this type of lens is known as convex lens. This type of lens is known as concave lens. Okay. Now here we can see the diagram of a convex lens. So here MN is the convex lens, O is the center of the lens. So in the mirror what happened? We were getting focus on any one side of the mirror. Okay, but here we will get focus and center of curvature on both of the side of the lens, because here we are getting two surfaces. This is one surface and this is another surface. As because we are having two surfaces, we will get two focus and two center of curvature. This is first focus, this is first center of curvature, this is second focus, and this is second center of curvature. So these are the rays of light that are coming to and parallel to the principal axis. These ray of light will meet at the lens, meet the lens at different points. And as we know that whenever the ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, it bends towards the focus. So all these rays of light are coming and meeting at focus at this point. Okay. Same rule as we have studied in mirror. So here convex lenses are called converging lenses. Why these lenses are called converging lenses? Converging means coming together. Okay, they are coming and meeting together. Here you can see these rays of light are coming and meeting at this point F2. Okay, so this is also known as converging lens. A double concave lens is bounded by two spherical surfaces curved inwards. It is thicker at the edge than at the middle. Its shape would be like this, as I have already drawn it, like this. It is double concave. This surface is known as concave, so it is curved inwards. Okay. Such lenses are called diverging lens. Why it is called diverging lens? We will see in the next slide. A double concave lens simply called a concave lens. Okay. So you can see the diagram of a concave lens here, double concave lens here. This is one surface. This is another surface. Here also we are getting two surfaces. So it is also called diverging lens. Why? Because this is first ray, as you can see here. This is first ray of light. This is second ray of light. These two rays of light are parallel to the principal axis, but when these two rays of light are striking at the mirror, at the lens, they are diverging away. They are moving away from each other. Okay, but they are virtually meeting at point F1. So these dotted ray are virtual ray, they are not real rays. So as because the rays of light are diverging away, moving away from each other, these lenses are known as concave lens or diverging lens. Okay, so concave lens is also known as diverging lens. Convex lens is known as converging lens. Okay. Next, a ray of light thought a ray of light through the optical center of a lens passes without suffering any deviation. These rules we have already covered in mirror. Same rule. Suppose this is a lens. This is the optical center. If a ray of light passes through the optical center, it does not get deviate. The effect of diameter of the circular outline of a spherical lens is called its aperture. Okay, so what is aperture? We will see in the next picture. So the effective diameter of the circular outline of a spherical lens is called aperture. What is aperture? We will see. Aperture is much less than its radius of curvature, and the two center of curvatures are equidistant from optical center O. Such lenses is called thin lens with small aperture. So here, as you can see that this distance, suppose this is point M and this is point N. The distance from M to N, this distance, this distance. This distance is known as aperture of the lens. Okay. So aperture is much less than radius of curvature. So aperture is denoted by the capital letter A. Radius of curvature is denoted by the capital letter R. So aperture is less than radius of curvature, and the two center of curvatures are equidistant from the optical center O. Center of curvature, suppose this is one center of curvature C1 and this is second center of curvature C2. From optical center, the distance of C1 and from optical center, the distance of C2 are same. That means this distance and this distance O, suppose this point is O, OC1 and OC2 are same. Okay. Such lenses are called lenses with small aperture. Now we will see image formation by lenses. For drawing a ray diagram in lenses alike of spherical mirror, we consider any two of the following rays. So as we are doing the ray diagram in mirror, same concept, same rules we are going to follow here. First one, a ray of light from the object parallel to the principal axis after refraction from a convex lens passes through the principal focus on the other side of the lens. So in case of mirror, we are using the word reflection. Mirror reflect the ray of light. Lens refract the ray of light. This is the difference. You should remember this one. Okay. So here, after getting refracted, the ray of light, if it is parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through the focus. In case of concave lens, the ray appear to diverge from the principal focus located on the same side of the lens. Okay, so in case of concave lens, if in case of concave lens, as it is diverging, so the ray of light is appear to meet on the focus on the other side. Here you can see, in case of concave lens, this is the ray of light. After getting refracted, it will meet the focus on the other side. In case of concave lens, as it is diverging, it will appear to meet at the focus of the same side. Okay. Next point, a ray of light passing through the principal focus after refraction from a convex lens will emerge parallel to the principal axis. So, if a ray of light is pa passing through the principal focus, if it is refracting, then it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. We will see this point. A ray of light appearing to meet at the principal focus of a concave lens after refraction will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Okay. So here from this diagram you can see this is just the opposite of first point. So if this ray of light is passing through the focus, then after getting refracted, the refracted ray of light will parallel to the principal axis. These two lines are parallel. But in case of concave mirror, if the ray of light appear to meet the focus, then after getting refraction, it will also parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Next point, a ray of light passing through the optical center of a lens will emerge without any deviation. So if this ray of light is passing directly through the optical center, it will not deviate from its path. It will not refracted. Okay. So in this video, we have covered the basic rules of drawing ray diagram. So in the next video, we'll start studying the ray diagrams, how to draw the ray diagrams, how to do the image. Okay. In these rules, if you have any doubt, you can comment me in the comment sections. Okay. Thank you and have a nice day.